What's up, guys? It's Spencer KD here, and the last video on productivity, distraction, how to get away from that more and to be more productive. Alright, so I didn't clarify as much, but remember from the last video I had talked about being confident. Well, you want to be confident, but not in your strength. It's all by God's strength because He's helping you to do those things. So you're confident because you know that He's gotten you through those things, and that He'll continue to get you through those things. And you don't have to worry because He's with you all the time. And you won't have to worry because nobody can go for you. And there's a scripture that talks about if God is for us, who can be against us? It also talks about when we're with Him, that we have power and we won't dash our foot against a stone. And so we don't have to worry about, what's to come. We just have to trust Him, do the right thing that He tells us to do, and we need to work. And in the first video, I had told you about things that we should do, and the second video, I told you to make good decisions. And so if you do that and you seek God, you know it's not by your strength, and you have to trust Him through it all, and not your own reliability, then that's a most important thing. So along with confidence, you do not want to be cocky, because when you end up being cocky, then you realize it's not by, you start to kind of get in your head, and when you get in your head, then you kind of forget who's actually leading you the whole time. And so confidence, but not cockiness. And so you want to make sure when you're confident, it's in the Lord and not yourself. A lot of times when we're playing basketball, and I keep saying basketball, but it can be whatever it wants to be. When you're confident, a lot of times you're just thinking, oh, I'm great. By God's strength, are you great on your own? No. So remember, it's by God's strength that we do these things. Now, I know you might be overwhelmed that I keep bringing up God's strength. Don't stress yourself about it. You don't have to constantly bring it up if you know it in your heart that it's by God's strength. That's the most important thing. All right, so what happens when you sometimes lose that confidence? You can go back to the scriptures. You can remember that God is always for you. Not just that, though, because it might not help. Sometimes, we're trying to figure out how can we get better because we're just lazy. Get out of your own head. Think, what would Jesus do? Whatever you're doing, if you really want to make the right decisions, this is key. Think all the time, what would Jesus do? And we say this all the time, but it's really important. If someone talks trash about me behind my back and my friend tells me about it, what would Jesus do? Would He go and accuse the person of doing it? No, He wouldn't. He would leave it alone because God's perfect, and He wouldn't go to the person to talk to them. He knows in His heart God has all the control. Like on the cross, Jesus didn't go kind of slay people. He talked to God and He said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they're doing. And if I said that wrong, forgive me. But look at the scriptures, because it talks about what Jesus says to God when people are singing against Him. And I don't want to get those words wrong, but it does describe it in that way. People have sinned so much against the Lord, but He has comfort in God. Jesus has comfort in God, and He doesn't need to worry about what others think. What would Jesus do when people are hating against Him? He would still continue His work to spread the gospel, because there's people that won't hate against Him and that will continue to follow Him. He has to continue. He can't stop trying to spread the mission just because people are hating on Him, right? You can't slow yourself down just because people might hurt you or whatever the case may be. I saw something that I was talking about when you do the right thing, the people that didn't really like you, they're upset because you were doing what they wanted before. When you do what's right, they can be upset, but you are going on the right path and you're making the right decision, it's making you go up. So if people are doing what's wrong, then they aren't going to grow. You're going to grow. Remember, it's by God's strength. Have confidence in Him. Spencer KD out.